All right, good evening, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. I will call the 8th regular Common Council meeting to order. Will the clerk call the roll?
Alderperson Bellinger.
Here.
Alderperson Borse.
Here.
Alderperson Close.
Excused.
Alderperson Decker.
Here.
Alderperson Heidemann.
Here.
Alderperson Lefebvre.
Here.
Alderperson Menzer.
Here.
Alderperson Mitchell.
Here.
Alderperson Perella.
Here.
Alderperson Rust.
Excused.
There are 8 present.
Thank you. If folks in attendance could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Alder Decker, is there a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the minutes from the 7th regular council meeting held on July 7th, 2025.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving the minutes, state aye.
Aye.
Any objections? Minutes are approved. Next, we have a few resignations. Deputy City Attorney.
Thank you. Dennis Weld from the Marina Parks and Forestry Committee, Allie Carrolls from the Historic Preservation Commission, and Dave Hanneman from the Business Improvement District.
Thank you. Alder Decker.
I move to accept and file.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor of accepting and filing, state aye.
Aye.
Any objections? That's approved. Next, we have appointments. Deputy City Attorney.
Alder Susie Borst to be considered for appointment to the Historic Preservation Board as Alder Representative. 2B Lee to be considered for appointment to the Parks, Forestry, and Marina Commission.
Thank you, and those will lay over. City Clerk, anyone for public forum this evening?
We have one person signed up, Belle Reagans.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes. All right. You'll have. Can you state your name, address, and the item you're speaking on? You'll have 5 minutes.
Thank you. I'm Dr. Belle Rose Reagans, and I live at 4933 Evergreen Drive in Wilson. I'm a university distinguished professor who studies workplace discrimination, and I'm here to comment on item 45, the city's proposed non-discrimination ordinance. I appreciate the city's efforts to prohibit discrimination in public meetings and create a formal process for citizens to file complaints when their rights are violated. But this ordinance is a performative gesture. It's not a real solution. To start, this non-discrimination ordinance only applies to ADA violations. It excludes discrimination based on race, gender, religion, national origin, and other protected groups. And it doesn't protect citizens from viewpoint discrimination, which is a violation of our First Amendment rights. Second, there's no independent oversight. If your rights are violated in a meeting and you file a complaint, the city attorney and the city administrator are the ones who decide whether your claim has merit. It's a clear conflict of interest, as they are also responsible for defending the city against such claims. And if they reject your complaint, you can appeal, but they're the ones who review your appeal and decide if it has merit. You see the problem here? The other thing is, while citizens face strict filing deadlines, the city has no deadlines for response. It can delay for months and still be in compliance. There's no transparency or public reporting. If you want to learn about the number of complaints or how they're handled, you have to file an open records request, and we all know how that goes. But the harm goes deeper. Silencing a voice doesn't just hurt the speaker. It deprives you, the decision makers, of the information you need to make informed and ethical choices. So here's an example. In November 2024, I was denied the chance to testify at a City Plan Commission meeting. I received ADA accommodation to testify virtually, but when public comment opened and I began to speak, the chair cut me off mid-sentence and muted my mic. What I plan to share, though, is critical. Native American burial sites have been unearthed on the Kohler property, and their revised golf course plan required a new archaeological study, yet the commission gave Kohler the green light to begin construction without even asking about the burial sites. So now human remains may be unearthed by backhoes instead of archaeologists. This is unconscionable. Silencing my testimony denied the commission facts that could and should have changed their decision. So after the meeting, I sent a detailed ADA complaint to you guys, the council, mayor, and city attorney, and I asked for one thing, assurance that it wouldn't happen again, silence. Tried again 6 weeks later, this time the complaint to HR, again silence. But let's be clear, if this ordinance had been in place, it wouldn't have helped. In fact, if my microphone were cut again tonight, this policy would offer no protection, no remedy, no accountability. And then the council handbook exacerbates this problem. Under rules for public comment, citizens are actually told they may not criticize elected officials in their public comments, even though such criticism is protected by the Constitution. Of course, comments must be respectful, but it is not the mayor's job or this council's to decide whose voices are acceptable in public forum. Chairs can also remove speakers for vaguely defined disruptive conduct without any standards or review or even a right to appeal. So this invites biased or retaliatory enforcement, especially against those who are offering controversial or difficult or emotional testimonies. So let me be clear. These policies do not reflect a city committed to inclusion, accessibility, or democracy. They reflect a system designed to shield those in power and silence those seeking accountability. But you have a choice tonight. Strengthen this ordinance, broaden its scope beyond disability, add independent oversight of complaints, set deadlines for the city, require public reporting, and above all, protect every citizen's right to speak, dissent, and be heard. Thank you.
All right, City Clerk, anyone else this evening?
No one else.
All right, thank you. Mayor's announcements. I know we have a full agenda today, so I'll keep my remarks brief. Just wanted to bring it to folks' attention. If you go to, and I know this is a small handout, but if you go to 804 North 8th Street, right next to the Weil Center and next to Nikki's Next to New, the owners of that building are seeking input in ideas and suggestions for filling vacant downtown space. So just want to encourage folks to go downtown, submit your ideas, a lot of fun and interactive things that we can bring to downtown. So input on that would be very beneficial as we continue to enhance and invest right here in our community. So a lot of items on our agenda today. While we have a lengthy agenda, we have a lot of development-focused initiatives. So I know we have several of the developers here. I just want to thank them for coming, investing your time, talent, and your teams in the city. The city's growing. As I always state, for cities to survive, they need to grow and invest. And it's so great to work with all you folks here today who are taking the time and working with the city. I know our team has put in a lot of work, whether it's building a hotel, whether it's building homes, whatever it is, the city is committed to continuing to grow. So I'm looking forward to our conversations tonight. So those will conclude my remarks for this evening, and we'll get to the business at hand. First, we have a hearing, item number 9. Hearing number 6/2526, pursuant to notice published, is hearing for the purpose of allowing interested parties to hear relative to proposed general development plan PUD zoning by Abacus Architects to construct new additions for outdoor learning experiences at Visit Sheboygan, located at the aforementioned parcel number. Anyone wishing to speak on this item? Anyone wishing to speak? Last call. Anyone wishing to speak? Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to close the hearing.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of closing the hearing, state aye.
Aye.
Any objections? That hearing is closed. Next, items on the consent agenda, 10 through 30. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to receive and file all reports and adopt all resolutions and ordinances.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on any of the items on the consent agenda? Alder Heidemann.
Thank you, Mayor. I just noticed on the agenda where they have the information of what the votes were at the committee meetings. I was wondering, I think that's a great idea, and I want to compliment anybody that came up with that idea. But is there, again, I understand how they voted because I watched the meetings and stuff like that there. But is there going to be more things added to the agenda so that we get more information out on our agenda packets when we're handed out? Or is just the first step, adding the vote? Are we going to do anything else?
Deputy City Attorney, you want to take that one?
Thank you. This was one of the changes that we implemented as part of the transition to new council rules this year. If there are other categories of information that you would like to see on future agendas, we can have a discussion about that to include for next year's.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alder Heidemann. Any other discussion on the consent agenda? All right, seeing no cues, this will be a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, those items are approved. Next, we have some resolutions. Item 31, resolution number 672526 by Alders Decker and Perella, confirming the appointment of Quarles and Brady LLP as bond and disclosure counsel regarding the issuance of general obligation promissory notes series 25A and 25B. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I ask to suspend the rules.
Any objections? Hearing none, Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion, Alder Bellinger.
Could I please get an explanation for myself and the public as to why we're suspending the rules on this item?
Who wants Finance Director? Finance Director.
Good evening. The resolution is brought forward because it actually ties in with the debt issuance that is later on the agenda. Unfortunately, we had gotten the agreements or the disclosure council documents after the finance and personnel agenda was posted, so this is just to tie in with the debt issuance today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item? All right, seeing none, this will be a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That's approved. Item 32, resolution number 702526 by Alders Decker, authorizing the City of Sheboygan Parking Utility to sell several parcel numbers to the Above and Beyond Children's Corporation. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. We're seeing none. This is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, that item is approved. Next, item 33, resolution number 682526 by Alder Close, approving the general development plan and specific implementation plan submitted by Evicus Architects for construction of sites additions for outdoor learning experiences at Visit Sheboygan within a planned unit development zone. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing none, this will be a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That is approved. Item 34, resolution number 582526 by Alder Mitchell and Perella, authorizing entering into a First Amendment to Tax Increment District Development Agreement with Ledke Apartments LLC, FKA Jacob Hall Apartments LLC, regarding the development of the property located at 2601 North 15th Street. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Alder Perella, are you buzzing in? No? Okay. With seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That is approved. Item 35, resolution number 692526 by Alder Close, approving the amended specific implementation plan submitted by Jake Buswell for construction of the Ledke Apartments on the aforementioned parcel numbers within a planned unit development zone. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Under discussion. Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, that's approved. Item 36, resolution number 532526 by Alders Mitchell and Perella, authorizing the purchase of approximately 78.06 acres of land in the town of Wilson at the aforementioned parcel numbers from Claire A. Gartman, Alder Mitchell.
Move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing no cues, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That is approved. Next, item 37, resolution number 572526 by Alders Mitchell and Perella, authorizing entering into a tax increment district development agreement with the Waterslide Hospitality LLC for the development of the property located at North 8th Street and Ontario Avenue. Alder Mitchell.
Move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing Alder Decker.
I just want to thank city staff for bringing this one forward. I think this is going to be a real boon to our downtown. I think this is going to be something that's going to help bring things forward. It's exciting to keep the tradition of having a hotel on that corner where there's been one since the 1850s. So I guess that's all.
Thanks, Alder Decker. Alder Perella.
Just a clarification on the payment schedule. Just to understand how it works. So when does that payment start? I mean, there is a breakdown of the different October 31st, starting when?
Who wants to take that one? Finance Director?
Yes, no problem. So in order for any payments to be made, there will have to be the improvements according to the development agreement as stated within the packet. So as soon as those payments start occurring, that is when a payment potentially would occur. So they would need to make a tax payment first.
Does it, just a brief
Follow-up,
follow-up, does it mean that they have to build and to get, I read part of the agreement, and it looks like that 2028 would be, perhaps, if I recall correctly, the timing of the building or the constructions end or something like that. And so would the payment start after that, or when all the improvements are calculated already before the constructions end? Just clarify, please, for those that are not as savvy in the matter.
City Administrator?
Yes, so per the development agreement, no payments will be made until they have their certificate of occupancy or certificate of substantial completion from their supervising architect or engineer. So in this case, it'll be an architect that signs off through the state. Once that's complete, then they've essentially, they also have to hit the valuation. So depending on, we have a requirement, I believe, that all value is created and completed by the end of 2028. So you got to remember all valuations run off of January 1st. So they might be done in early 2028, but the value won't be created until the following year. So our tax bills for right now are actually from last year, the value that existed as of January 1st of this year. So that's why you're always a year off between value and tax payments. So that payment schedule, there could be a situation where they get a partial. So they're complete with their project, but full value hasn't been put on the books yet. So we would, if they're in compliance with everything, but not the full value is there, we're actually running into that with the car dealership, where they're completed, they've met all the requirements of their development agreement, but the value's still 1 year behind. So that first year, they're fully compliant with everything, but the full value takes 2 years to get on there. So they'll get a partial payment the first year, and then it'll subsequently, as long as they continue to stay in compliance with the development agreement.
Very good. That's exactly the clarification I needed, which means basically we will start paying most likely in October 2029, or maybe, depending, maybe in 2028 at the end of 20. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Alder Perla. Seeing no more cues, this will be a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, that is approved. Item 38, resolution number 592526 by Alders Mitchell and Perella, authorizing the city attorney department to engage in the services of special outside legal counsel to represent the licensing hearing and public safety committee and common council with regard to an upcoming quasi-judicial hearing. Alder Mitchell.
Move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Alder Perla.
So if I recall correctly, the case itself cannot be disclosed at this time, is that right? If yes, what is the case?
Deputy City Attorney.
Thank you. I'm not comfortable disclosing the nature of the hearing at this time, but I can tell you that the city attorney's office will be participating in the hearing in a different capacity, and that's why we are asking for outside counsel to support as well.
All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That is approved. Next, item 39, direct referral resolution number 262526 by Alders Mitchell and Perella, authorizing entering into a tax increment district development agreement with North 6th 7th LLC for the development of the former Aurora Sheboygan Memorial Medical Center site located at 2629 North 7th Street. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Alder Boris.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wanted to share some feedback about this particular topic that I received from one of the members of the Memorial Neighborhood Association. There's obviously been a lot of discussion, a lot of back and forth, requests from council about other considerations that we would like to see within this development agreement, additional density, different styles of houses. And I know that in the committee meeting that we had last week, there was a review of the feedback that had been shared based on the presentation that was last done. And this is, I think, additional feedback, firsthand perspective from somebody who was at the meeting and has been vocal, I think, with council in the past. So I just want to share that. And I'm just going to read directly from an email here. It says, at the end of the meeting, I would say the mood was disappointed. The vast majority of those present would like to see more variety in the houses, a few two-story houses thrown in the mix, and I think they'd like to see some brick homes thrown in as well. They definitely do not feel that the development matches the character of the existing neighborhood, and I think the mood was disappointed because despite their suggestions and opinions, it was difficult not to come away from the meeting believing that what they saw in the architectural drawings is what they are going to get. So because of that, I won't be supporting this. I think that despite all of our efforts to reach some sort of compromise, we are exactly where we started in the very beginning. And while I know everybody wants to see this move forward as quickly as possible, I don't think that the development agreement is representative of the neighborhood and the needs of the overall community. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Alder Boris. Alder Bellinger.
Thank you, Mayor. I represent this district. I did not receive that email. I find that kind of curious that I did not receive that email, but that's beside the point. What I would like to say is the amount of time and effort, scrutiny, meetings that have gone on with the city staff on this project has been immense. It's like nothing I've ever seen before in all my time on the council for a project that is so benign, so beneficial to a neighborhood, 21 houses. It's just I'm curious as to why this is such a, a hot button. And I represent that neighborhood. I've gone to every meeting. I was at that meeting that was referenced in the email. There was a lot of discussion during that meeting regarding different issues of people wanting to say, can we do two-story houses? Well, what the developer said, he's not going to rule it out. If somebody has the means and they want to do it, they will look to entertain that. And so that door hasn't been closed off on that. So that's still an option for the neighborhood. As far as brick fronts, there was stone facades that can be added on. If people looked at the drawings that were there that night, those options are there for the homeowners when they select the materials for the house that they're going to build. To say that we're going to put up houses that match the neighborhood that was built in the 50s and 60s, that we're going to go back to single detached garages that barely fit a car that's made, right now, and we're going to, increase density when the lots are only 70 feet wide the way it is right now. I think that, that is just kind of crazy. The feeling I got after that meeting was over from the people, I had quite a few people come up to me and said, this was better explained. I had reservations going into this meeting. I feel better about it right now, and I support this. In that, it wasn't just one or two people. It was multiple people that came up to me afterwards. And, so I fully support this. I don't get why, people that are living in different districts in existing homes are trying to dictate what kind of homes should be built in this neighborhood and what should go on there. I mean, I think that's kind of crazy. And yeah, the online chatter with Nextdoor and things like that has been, rather, how do I want to put this? It's been negative from the most part from people that don't live in the neighborhood. It has been a lot of information is being passed along there. I just read that I live in a castle. I don't think I live in a castle. If you consider 2,000 square foot ranch house a castle, I don't have a moat. I don't have a drawbridge. I don't get where that's coming from, but apparently I live in a castle. So, and I don't represent the neighborhood because of where I live and, that I'm 3 blocks away or more, and I'm literally 2 blocks away. So I'm right down the street. I can go in my driveway, turn my head left, and I can see 6th Street. I can see the houses that would be developed. I used to be able to have a view of the hospital right from my driveway. So I'm very familiar with it. I've lived there for 30 plus years. I know my neighbors. They are excited for this development to get going, and it's unfortunate that some of the city staff have come under some negative comments, character assassinations in public online forums, and that's unfortunate because that was unwarranted and untrue. And but again, the effort that went through with the city staff and myself to meet with everybody, people that agreed with it, people that disagreed with it, people that wanted more information, people that wanted information on the TIF district, people that wanted information on the homes, the developer. We were very, very accommodating. We met with every single one. We had multiple meetings, and to say that this hasn't been vetted and we haven't gone the extra mile to do what we can to accommodate what people want in the neighborhood, I think it's an unfair characterization, and I fully support this, and I look forward to groundbreaking. Thank you.
Thank you, Alder Bellinger. Any other discussion for this item? All right, seeing none, this will be a roll call vote.
6 ayes, 2 noes.
All right, that is approved. Next, we have item 40, resolution number 652526 by Alders Mitchell and Perrella, authorizing the issuance and establishing parameters for the sale of not to exceed $2,305,000 taxable general obligation promissory notes, Series 25 or 2025B. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That is approved. Next, item 41, resolution number 642526 by Alders Mitchell and Perrella, authorizing the issuance and establishing parameters for the sale of not to exceed $13,375,000 general obligation promissory notes, Series 2025A. Alder Mitchell.
Move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, that's approved. Next, resolution number 602526 by Alders Decker and Rust, authorizing and directing the chief of police to temporarily close certain streets to prohibit parking and to close boat ramps within the Harbor Center Marina in support of the 2025 Midwest Powerboat P1 race event, August 7th through the 10th, 2025. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. All right, seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, that's approved. Next, item 43, resolution number 612526 by Alders Decker and Rust, authorizing the appropriate city officials to enter into a state municipal agreement with the State of Wisconsin Department of Transportation for the Carbon Reduction Program Project, New Jersey Avenue Trail. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the substitute resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
That's approved. Item 44, resolution number 662526 by Alder Close, approving the final plat for the Northern Lights subdivision located on North Avenue between North 6th Street and North 7th Street. Alder Bellinger.
I move to approve the motion.
Is there a second? Second. Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Seeing none. Alder Perrella.
Just looking for some details on the subdivision. So what is this subdivision? What is the subdivision?
This is Planning and Development Director.
The plan that you have before you is the final site plan, so it's the final layout for the 21 homes.
All right, any other discussion or questions? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Six ayes, 2 noes.
That is approved. Next item under general ordinances, 45, general ordinance number 102526 by Alder Mitchell and Perrella, creating section 2-3 of the Sheboygan Municipal Code as to establish a non-discrimination ordinance. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the ordinance.
Is there a second? Second. Moved and seconded. Under discussion. Alder Bors.
So if I could ask, please, why is this specific to disabilities and not any other type of discrimination?
Deputy City Attorney.
The city has a non-discrimination policy that relates to employment practices that's included in the employee policy handbook. As far as other discrimination practices, those are generally codified in our contracts. We are hoping to further lay those out in our municipal code, but this was step one.
Follow-up?
Yep, follow.
What's the impetus for this being initiated?
There was an internal miscommunication that led to an issue for which the city is navigating that. The miscommunication highlighted the need to reinforce the policies and procedures that we have in place and to make sure that they're readily accessible and viewable to the public.
Thank you.
Alder Perla?
And so I had the same question about the ADA, and I'm so sorry, but I cannot hear very well from here. And so I missed part of your answer. If you don't mind, Deputy Attorney, to repeat that. How come we focus exclusively on ADA in this ordinance?
And just a point of order in terms of mic, make sure everyone is talking directly into the mic, just for sound as well too, so.
Thank you.
My apologies. This is step one.
And it wasn't just you, Deputy Attorney.
This is step one in a larger review and supplementation program that we're going to be implementing to the municipal code.
So the idea is that we are going to extend this type of protection, in quotes, to categories such as race, gender, sexuality, and so on, in the code instead?
So we're currently governed by federal and state law to not discriminate. This ordinance does not change what federal and state law require of the city. We also have policies in place that the city follows in order to comply with those federal and state laws. By codifying this, we are making our policies more available to the public for easy viewing and also to the staff so that they can be an easy reference for staff. This is step one. We will be further supplementing the ordinance to address other areas of concern, but this is step one.
I have one more follow-up.
One more.
So am I hearing that perhaps those categories I was referring to will be addressed later on in this same ordinance?
That is my plan.
Thank you. That's great. And as far as what Dr. Reagans was asking, I think, yes, about response timeline and oversight. Do you have any feedback on that you can offer at this time? Please.
Investigations into noncompliance can take a variety of paths, which can take different amounts of time. So to impose a deadline upon the city to thoroughly investigate a complaint, if that deadline is too tight, it would be very difficult to satisfy in every case. We use the word timely to suggest to city employees that these sorts of complaints need to be handled with expediency given the factors at play in the specific complaint.
Right.
Do you have any feedback on the oversight issue?
Do I have feedback on Ms. Reagan's request that we put oversight into the ordinance?
Yes, since I think it is a good point.
I'm not entirely sure what body would have the responsibility to do that. For example, when we have ethics complaints, we have the Ethics Commission that oversees those and can ensure that staff is handling ethics complaints appropriately. We do not have a similar discrimination commission or something along those lines. So at this point, short of referring them straight to council, and I would trust that city administration would work with council leadership on these issues. But we don't have a body tasked with this level of oversight.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no more cues, this is a roll call vote.
Eight ayes.
All right, that is approved. We've exhausted our agenda. Alder Decker, what is your motion?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of adjourning, state aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 6:40.